Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Pammy and on here I'm reviewing all things clean beauty. So today is a really exciting review. Today I'm going to be reviewing a full face by the brand Zuii Organic. Zuii Organic is an Australian brand. They do carry makeup and skincare, and as the name gives it away, they are organic. So actually 95% of the ingredients that they are using are certified organic and the other 5% are natural. So their makeup is called Flora makeup, and as the name says it too, I assumed it had something to do with flowers, and I was right. So on the website, on the FAQ page, it actually says Zuii Organic uses a blend of floral ingredients as the base to our products. We take rose, jasmine and chamomile flowers and crush them into a fine powder to create a unique and nourishing base to our powdered products. So you guys, just wanted to point out, you guys, if you are not good with flowers, if you're not good with floral stuff in your makeup, this is definitely the wrong line. I'm gonna point out some of these ingredients later on as we go along, but I just wanted to mention, if you do have any sensitivities, please do always check out the ingredient list before you're purchasing anything. Zuii Organic is also certified by a lot of recognized organizations. They are 100% cruelty free. They are almost entirely vegan, which leads me to the next point. They are actually vegan friendly, so not everything is going to be vegan. They do label all their vegan products with the vegan V. They do use carmine in some of their eyeshadows, some of their lip products, and in some of their blushes. Of course, all the products used in my review are vegan, but just please always double check before you're purchasing anything from the brand in case that bothers you. So you guys, I have 8 products by Zuii Organic that I want to be reviewing today. So let's go barefaced and let's get this review rolling. So you guys, I am barefaced right now and ready to apply all this beautiful Zuii makeup. So I did pick up a primer by them, so let's go ahead and let's start with that one. So this is the Flora Foundation primer and this retails for $24. So this is a hydrating primer, it's a nourishing primer. So the very first ingredient in this primer is almond oil, followed by rose flower water. And then we have calendula flower oil, we have aloe, we also have orange peel oil, we have rose flower oil, we have carrot seed oil, we have chamomile extract, and we have squalane and a couple of other ingredients. Yeah, you guys, so this is a hydrating primer. It's not going to be a mattifying primer, but we're just going to apply it. I have tried this primer before and it really does give you a very smooth canvas. I would say it's a smoothing / hydrating primer. So I'm just going to put back my hair and I'm going to start applying it. It's like a cream primer. Just going to apply it. So I do have combination / acne prone skin, and this primer, honestly, I wish they would also have a mattifying primer just to apply in my T-zone, but they don't, so we gotta live with this one today. But it's actually really good. It's very hydrating to the skin, feels very soft, very smooth. This doesn't take too long to sink into the skin as well. So let's move on to the next product. Let's move on to the foundation. So this is the Luxe Certified Organic Flora Flawless Liquid Foundation, and this retails for $33. So this is a vegan foundation. They also have another foundation, a luminescent foundation. I picked up this one. So let's have a look at the claims, what they're actually saying about this foundation. So offering maximum coverage along with smooth natural finish, our Luxe Flawless Foundation is the answer to skin-like makeup that is filled with vitamins and minerals that are extremely good for you. So let's have a quick look at the ingredients real quick. So the very first ingredient in this foundation is bamboo juice, followed by sunflower seed oil. There is glycerin, we have almond oil, we have cacao seed butter, we have shea butter, we have camellia seed oil, we also have mica, we have geranium flower oil, we have carrot root extract, we have coconut alkanes, we have orange peel oil, we have citric acid. So you guys, again with Zuii, if you don't like any of these orange oils, geranium oils, just stay away from this line because it's filled with them. So when it comes to the shade range, it's super limited. They only have 6 shades to choose from, which is super lame. Hopefully they're gonna expand that. I've got this in the shade Dusk. It's their second lightest shade. So the bottle is really, really stunning. I really honestly like it. You just have to turn around the cap and then it's gonna open up. So I've tried this foundation before and I really enjoyed it. It does have a breaking point, let's say. I mean, I get super oily in my T-zone. So if you have really dry skin, I don't think there's a problem with this breaking up on you. But if you do have a little bit more combination / oily skin, the foundation might have a breaking point after, let's say, 6 hours, and then that's it, you know. Then you're gonna get super oily, especially if you're using this primer and not a mattifying primer. And if you don't use a lot of mattifying powder to set the face, then I would say, you know, this foundation does break up on you after 6 hours. But I have to say, I really enjoyed this foundation. I mean, I was super surprised when I tried this. It's super nice on the skin. So the way I like to apply this is I take a couple of pumps onto my makeup palette and then I literally go in with a buffing brush. So I'm just gonna dot it onto my face and then we're gonna start applying it. It's very creamy, has a very thick consistency, but it feels super lightweight. So you guys, this is with one layer of the foundation. I feel like it has covered very well. It looks super natural. The only thing that I would advise you is if you're taking a brush to apply this foundation, it will kind of streak because the formulation of this, it's just the consistency is so rich. It's very hydrating, very nourishing. It's not really a thick foundation. It's kind of weightless, but it kind of streaks. So just go in with a sponge and dab it in to get rid of the streaking. And it's pretty flawless. I feel like the shade is super nice as well. I'm so glad I picked up this shade because with only 6 shades to choose from, it's really, really difficult to actually find a match. So the finish of this foundation is super satin, looks very, very pretty. I feel like it does have a little bit of a shine to it. Not overly dewy at all. It doesn't feel dewy, it doesn't feel sticky, nothing. It feels so nice on the skin. I have to say, I was really surprised when I used this the very first time around. I was like, wow, my skin looks great. I mean, with just one layer of this foundation, you know. I left out my eye area on purpose because I do want to go in with a concealer. Zuii Organic has a concealer, but it's a pencil, and I did not pick it up because I was like, I don't want a pencil. I feel like applying a pencil on your under eye area, it's a little bit like weird because I don't know, unless that is a super soft pencil, I would not want to like go in with a pencil on my under eye. So I kind of skipped on that product. So I'm just going to grab a different concealer for my under eye area. So I'm going to use the Ilia True Skin Serum Concealer in the shade Shikori SC1 for my under eye area. I'm just going to dab this on. Just get some coverage under here. And I'm just gonna let that sit for a good minute and then I'm gonna buff it out with a sponge. I really like this Ilia concealer. It's so nice. It's super pretty. You don't need much product. It's really good also for spark concealing. So yeah, you guys, let's move on with the next product by Zuii Organic. So let's move on with their powder. So this is their Flora Luxe Finishing Powder and this retails for $29. This is such an interesting powder because guess what? It has actually real flower leaves mixed into the powder. I thought that was super interesting. It looks a little bit messy in real, but if you see their product shots, you're like, oh my God, a powder with flowers. I was just really interested to pick this one up. So the ingredients in this powder are so interesting. So the very first ingredient in this is bamboo juice, followed by rose flower, followed by jasmine flower, followed by chamomile flower, followed by camellia seed oil, followed by aloe leaf juice. Then we have mica. We also have marshmallow extract. We have witch hazel. We've got palm rosa oil. We have orange peel oil. We have rose flower oil and we have avocado oil. so interesting. I do think the powder itself is mica based. So because of all these ingredients, this is definitely more of a hydrating setting powder. It's really not a mattifying powder. I mean, it's gonna set your face, but it's really not mattifying. Another critique, you guys, why can they not make a locking sift? I mean, I don't get it. Sometimes I'm just really frustrated with powders that don't come in a locking sift. The stuff smells like roses. I mean, it has such a beautiful smell to it. I mean, I'm not crazy about fragranced makeup at all. Really not. I'm actually not a fan of it, but this is all sort of like flower scent, you know. So if you don't like any flower scent, you would not like this brand at all. I mean, they're not using any synthetic fragrance. They're not putting any like fragrance in their stuff. It's just all derived from the ingredients, basically. The powder itself looks a little bit pigmented, but it's not really coming across on the skin as a pigmented powder at all, so don't worry about that. I do think a little bit of this powder has now sort of sapped my face, kind of got rid of the shine as well. I just know, you know, this powder won't keep the shine away over time. So if you really need to mattify your face, go in with a mattifying powder. This is just a really nice setting powder. It's not going to heavily mattify the face. It's just going to eliminate a little bit of the shine. But I feel like you can still see that my skin looks pretty sort of natural, not overly mattified or anything. So my base is on. So let's move on with the next step. Let's move on with bronzing and highlighting. So they have a shimmer bronzer and they have a contour bronzer. I picked up the shimmer bronzer this time around. So this is their Flora Powder Shimmer Bronzer and this retails for $22. This is their shimmer bronzer. To be honest with you guys, I don't think it's too shimmery. It's coming up on the skin pretty nice. So this comes in this compound, and if you lift the compound up, you have one of these useless sponges here. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who would go in with a sponge and like do the bronzing with the sponge. I don't know. Not me. I mean, it's a nice thought, but at the end of the day, it's not very practical. It's a really nice shade. It's very pigmented, you guys. So I want to go in super lightly with this, you know. I don't want to overuse this because I know it is going to be so pigmented. So I'm just going to take a tissue to tap off the excess already. Okay, so let's bronze up the face. I really enjoy the shade and the finish of this bronzer. It is not coming across on the skin like super orange because that's something I really don't like. So I really think this looks so natural. Just make sure to not use a lot of this product because it is super pigmented. You can go wrong with this super quickly if you don't tap off that brush before you go in. It's so pretty though. I feel like this looks really, really stunning. I really like this bronzer. Okay, you guys, so that's it for the bronzing. So let's move on to the highlighter that I picked up. So this is their Flora Diamond Sparkle Blush and this retails for $22. So you guys, I actually picked up a sparkling blush in the shade Blossom. To me, that's like a sparkly highlighter. They also had this glow highlighter, but I always want something that sparkles, that glitters. I prefer that to just a simple glow powder that I know I might never use or that I'm not going to be happy with. So I got this. My problem is it is a loose powder, so it's going to be super difficult to apply this. And yeah, I got to be super careful now with this product because the very first time around, it was way too much product. So I'm going to be super, super careful not to overuse this. I'm going to tap it off on a tissue as well. And I'm just going to lightly highlight this area. If you guys like a glittery highlighter, This is so pretty. I feel like it's super nice. The only thing is this doesn't have a locking sift, you guys. So you're gonna spill all this product if you tip this little jar around. But it's so pretty. I really, really wanted something like that. It really reminds me of the Au Naturel highlighting powder. It's so nice. So I'm gonna try and use this a little bit on my nose. Just like the tiniest amount. So I picked up this Diamond Sparkle blush as a highlighter, but again, they do have a glowing highlighter. If you're more into subtle highlighters, they definitely do have this option. I did not pick up a blush by them. I do think they did contain carmine, so I just kind of skipped that product. So my complexion is done. I have to say, I really like how this is coming along. I really think this looks super pretty, super stunning. So yeah, you guys, let's move on to the eyes. So I just quickly filled in my eyebrows with my Eco Brow pencil like I always do because I did not pick up an eyebrow product by Zuii Organic. So next step, let's move on to the eyeshadows. So these are the organic Flora eyeshadows and they retail for $15 each. So with their eyeshadows, Zuii Organic does offer a couple of possibilities. You can get an eyeshadow quart, so 4 eyeshadows in one pan, or you can get a duo. I picked up the single ones. Initially, I wanted to pick up an eyeshadow quart, but sometimes there was carmine in the eyeshadows, so I chose the vegan options. So I chose the color Vanilla Frost, I chose the color Jade, and I chose the color Forest. So 2 green shades and 1 white shade. I feel like in clean beauty, it's really hard to find good green shades. So I was really interested in trying these out. I've never tried them. So I'm gonna try. I don't know if these 2 shades go together that well. I kind of thought online they would, but looking at them in real, I'm not so sure. This is the Jade shade. This is more sort of blue-green, and this is definitely a nice like forest green. This is the shade Forest. So it's a light green, but I feel like I might be able to make it work. So we have the shade Vanilla, we have the shade Jade, and then we have the shade Forest. I just did really quick swatches, so they're not really good, the swatches, but they seem to be nicely pigmented, you guys. So I'm gonna go in with an eye primer first. I'm just gonna use the Fit Glow Eye Bright, just the smallest amount. So I'm gonna start with the shade Vanilla. So I'm gonna wet my brush. They are very powdery, so I wanna wet my brush a little bit. And then I'm gonna go in with the shade Vanilla Frost all over my eyes. So the shade Vanilla Frost definitely has a little bit of a shimmer to it. I was unaware of that. But now what I want to do is I want to go in with the shade Jade and put it in my crease. Super powdery. I feel like these eyeshadows are super powdery, which is not a bad thing. I don't think they have too much color pigment payoff straight away, so that allows you to really like build them up slowly. I like that. I'm gonna perfect this in a second. Now I want to take the shade Forest onto my lids, kind of in the middle almost. So I really enjoy this. Like I feel like I'm doing something different. I love these shades. They work so well with each other. I'm just gonna put in an eyeliner real quick and then we're gonna continue. So I'm gonna use this Pacifica eyeliner. I keep on forgetting the name. I think it's their Magic Eye Pencil or something. And this is like a skin tone shade. So I'm just gonna put that in my waterline. So let's continue with this look. I wanna bring down the shade Jade. I'm gonna be super careful to do this. I'm gonna put this on my lower lash line now. just a little bit. Okay, so let's move on with the shade Vanilla Frost. I'm gonna use this to highlight my brow bone and also highlight my inner corners and just unify the entire look. I might gonna go back into my highlighter, this Diamond Sparkle Blush, and I'm gonna try and just do something a little bit extra. I'm just gonna try and use a little bit of that glitter. Just a little bit. I really love this glitter sort of in the corner of my eye. I think this is really cool to put on your eyes as well. So that's it for my eyeshadow. So let's move on to the mascara. So this is the vegan Flora mascara and this retails for $19. I've tried this out before. I'm not the biggest fan, to be honest, but I do remember they came out just recently with new mascaras. Don't know why I picked this one up. Not the best, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna curl my lashes and then we're gonna apply it. Okay, you guys, so my mascara is applied. Do I think it's an overwhelmingly good mascara? No, but it's okay. You know, I feel like this eye definitely looks a little bit better than that eye, but that's just my preference. I don't think this is very volumizing, nor is it lengthening. It is just a very simple, everyday mascara. Definitely not the most mind-blowing mascara on planet Earth, but it's okay. Okay, you guys, so one more step, so let's move on with the lips. So for the lips today, I did pick up their satin lip color Flora lip tint, and this retails for $17. So I have this in the shade Luxe. That's a vegan shade. Just be aware there might be carmine in some of these other shades. I'm wondering, is it a gloss? Is it a liquid lipstick? I haven't tried it out yet. I'm just gonna try and apply this. I'm not gonna put on a lip liner, but I'm just gonna smack it on like that. I think this is okay with me. I think this looks all right. Am I the biggest fan of the lip? I mean, I love the color, but just don't get me wrong. It's just because my lips are really, really small. I don't like it if a product is moving around too much. I kind of prefer it if it dries down, but I don't think this will. But it looks okay, right? I mean, it's okay. I think the color is really pretty. But yeah, anyway, you guys, that's everything I've got from Zuii Organic. So yeah, let's go ahead and do my plant rating. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me in today's full face review by the brand Zuii Organic. I would be really curious to know if you have tried anything by Zuii Organic yourself, so please drop me a comment below if you did and what you thought about them. And if you enjoyed the review and the look that I created with the products, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. That would be, as always, very much appreciated. And if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, you guys, I would love to have you here. You just have to hit that subscribe button. You can also ring the bell to stay notified about my upcoming videos. And yeah, please take care. I shall be seeing you on here very, very soon again with the next review. So thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.